Welcome again to 8 Points Muay Thai and Fitness. I am Zeus King. This is crew Chris Clodfelter, and we are bringing you the third part in our series about Glory 17 and Last Man Standing pay-per-view coming up next Saturday. Really excited. The last two final matchups have been announced for Last Man Standing. We have Artem, the Lion Levin, the #1 seed, is facing Alex Perea from Brazil.
Exactly. And you know, he's almost an unknown. He's almost, you know, there's not a ton of stuff. You know, a lot of people don't know that much about him, but he put on a great show last time. I think he fought Dustin.
Yeah, Dustin Jacoby
ended up knocking him out. And so he's got some talent, he's got some skill. I'm really interested in seeing that matchup to see how they go together, because he's not just got power, he's got technique too. And he definitely put it on the line with Dustin. So I really am excited to see how those two match up.
Yeah, and Levin has got a very interesting style. He's got a lot of boxing.
He does.
A lot of boxing.
Yeah.
He's very fluid.
Good head movement too. Very good.
Excellent head movement. He's a really unique guy. He's not unbeatable, but he's coming into this as a heavy favorite.
I personally feel like that he's definitely the favorite in this. But you can't. I mean, you know, you can't knock out the X factor.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, there's always that puncher's chance, always that X factor, and you know, he has something to prove against Levin. You know, he has something to prove, and sometimes that right there can be driving force. You know?
Yeah, and it can really even a quick win for Levin is got to be his #1 goal, to stay fresh, to get into the next round and then hopefully into the championship round, because he, after losing that tournament final to Joe Schilling last year, he's got a lot to prove. He feels like that he didn't get the right decision, that he was ahead in points. He felt like he didn't get knocked down late. He felt that was a slip. So he's coming back strong. He hasn't even really fought since then. So
well, that, I mean, yeah, that could you know, be a factor too. You know.
So Levin has got a huge chip on his shoulder, and he's going to be ready to go for this one. The other final announcement is going to be Bogdan Stoica is going to be fighting Wayne Barrett in the #3 seed. So Wayne has shown that he can go with anybody. He beat Joe Schilling last year in an incredible fight.
That was an awesome fight to watch. That was definitely, the fans won on that fight. Joe always comes to fight, and I feel like of all the preliminary matchups, I feel like Joe's got the hardest matchup with Simon Marcus. I personally feel like that. Joe has lost twice to Simon Marcus, but he's you know, you can't count him out, man. And I'm really,
and he's got something to prove.
He's got something to prove. Simon Marcus is an amazing Muay Thai fighter. I'm really excited to see him and Joe fight for the third time. But I just can't count out Joe Schilling, man. I really feel like the chips are down.
And he's in his backyard.
And he's in his backyard, yeah.
In LA, he's going to have his buddy Kai Hollenbeck is going to be fighting earlier in the card. And so Joe's going to have all this great emotion, all this positivity.
I feel like it's all lining up for Joe to beat Simon. And that's my pick. I mean, hey, I could be wrong, but I really feel like Joe puts it on the line and fights his best when there's something to prove.
Yeah.
I feel like when he, you know, maybe when he don't have that much to prove, maybe he doesn't, you know, perform as well. But now, man, he's got all the cards against him, supposedly, and so I think he's going to come out and shock the world again, man. Because I think, as far as the favorites, just on paper, Simon Marcus is definitely the favorite in that, beating him twice, of course.
Yeah. So, and then of course, the other two matchups that we went over already. Philippe, the Belgian Bull Verlinden, has drawn Melvin Manhoef in the first round.
Sorry,
it's the 4-5.
Sorry about that. But I mean, I'm really excited to see Melvin Manhoef back in action in the Muay Thai circuit. I'm just really excited Glory picked him up. He's always been one of my favorite fighters to watch because of his sheer aggression.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter if it's MMA, it doesn't matter if it's checkers, it doesn't matter if it's table hockey. Melvin Manhoef is going to come with a snarl on his face to eat your heart out.
Yeah, and he really does. Verlinden's double tough. He's just not known for knocking guys out. He's gone the distance with guys like Spong. He's gone the distance with guys, with Bonyansky. I mean, but I think now he's at his best. He's at his best weight at middleweight. He's fought at heavyweight, light heavyweight, and now middleweight. It's just really tough. I mean, whoever was going to draw Melvin Manhoef in the first round, he's going to be fresh. He's going to be really angry and excited. He loves hands. He's not one of those guys who's dependent on elbows. He's going to come to try to take his head off.
I personally think Melvin Manhoef's style is tailored for Glory. I don't feel like he is necessarily the Muay Thai specialist. He's not using the clinching, the knees, the timing of Muay Thai. He is aggressive hands, 2-3-2 kick, 1-2 kick, 1-2-1-2 kick. He's got very simple combos, and so I'm very excited about that.
Yeah. And so finally, and then rounding out the card, of course, we got the 4-man featherweight tournament in Glory 17, which is free on Spike. And then we have, and that's got Shayna Blonsky, Gabriel Varga, Sitman Chai, and the late replacement, putting him back into to that 4-man tournament with the loss of Torres. Kyle Hollenbeck and Andy Risty's going to be an incredible fight. And then Jarrell Miller and Crow Cop in the main event on that.
That's going to be a great weekend overall. So.
Yeah, and so I mean, it's one right after the other. It's only $20 for the Last Man Standing pay-per-view.
Do yourself a favor and purchase it. Again, I feel like in the next 3-4 years, Glory will be the world leader in combat sports. They're putting on real fights that people want to see.
Quality
matchups. There's no hometown favorites.
And they're not flooding. They're not flooding cards. They're not flooding you with just tons of cards. You guys go. People go, "Who is this?" It's like
you get to wait for them a little bit.
Right. We've got the world heavyweight title on the line. It's up for grabs. Daniel Guita, Rico Verhoeven, Part 2. That's going to be an incredible fight. Mark DeBont defends the welterweight title against Joseph Valtellini. Bazooka Joe wants his first world title in Glory, and he's going after it. You're going to sit through a free card on Spike, spend the $20, get the Last Man Standing pay-per-view watch 3 titles being decided.
I think the more people, of course, Glory's numbers keep going up and every single pay-per-view, their numbers keep going up. But as fight fans, let Glory know that that's the kind of fight you want to see by purchasing the pay-per-views. I mean, you can spend
$20.
I mean, you can spend
$20 for 3 world title fights. You can't get that from
nowhere else. You can pay $40 or $39 or whatever and see 2 guys or 54 and see 2 guys who are mediocre strikers, mediocre wrestling or jiu-jitsu and just kind of lay on each other. Or you can see some quality striking guys. And so I really think we should all come together, man, and really support Glory.
Yeah, absolutely. It's time for Glory, and we will talk to you next time.